The world reversed. When the world appears in reverse, you may find that although there is a great deal of potential and promise for you, you may be feeling stuck. This is an excellent time to review how well you do at asking for help when you need it. Remember, you don't have to do everything on your own. General, whether upright or reversed, this can often be a card of completion. You've worked hard, and you are almost to the finish line in some way. Don't quit now that you're almost finished. You're almost definitely in need of some well-deserved rest and relaxation. Don't be afraid to take it. You are getting closer to who you really are, at your deepest levels. If you aren't seeing this progress when the world appears in reverse, take stock. What is standing in your way? Where are you stuck? Work. When you draw the world reversed, it's a time to take stock of how well your actual achievements are lining up with your potential. Are you giving yourself enough credit? Are you even aware how much you are capable of? If you are, and you don't feel like the people you work for or with are aware of what you can do, it's important to make sure that the powers that be don't accidentally overlook your many positive accomplishments. If you're not sure what you are best at or where your talents truly lie, this is a time to get help. Take career and aptitude and personality tests. Ask around, investigate what other people do, and why, and how they do it. There's a whole smorgasbord out there, but you have to know what is on the menu to be able to order it. Love. If you have been in a long-term committed relationship for some time, you and/or your partner may be feeling a little stuck in or a little stagnant when this card appears in reversal. If you try, and if you are honest with yourselves and each other, you are likely to find it rising to new and better heights. Things in the love department should be quite interesting, in a good way. If you're looking for love, reach out. Don't be afraid to mingle or talk to strangers. But if you close yourself off because of fear, nothing will change. Open up. This will make all the difference. Finances. If money has been a bit stagnant for you, this is a good sign that this blockage will soon break and you'll find yourself feeling comfortable financially once again. Don't go mad with spending when it breaks, though. This is an important time to begin saving and protecting yourself so that if hard times come again, that you'll be prepared. But for now, you should be able to rest easier about money. Health. With the reversed world, something may be stuck in your mind and body which is interfering with your best health. As with the upright interpretation of this card, you may be helped by finding a healer who works with something besides traditional Western medicine. This is not to replace medical therapy, but to work in concert with it. Your doctor may not be happy about this, if he tells you, for example, that it's not possible for you to study yoga and that it would get in the way of his treatment of your arthritis. In that case, you may be best served by locating a different medical doctor as well. Follow your instincts about what is best for your health within reason, of course. Seek out mentors with more information than you have. Educate as much as you can. Advocate for yourself. Spirituality. As with the upright meaning of the world, you are likely to have several clear flashes of important spiritual insights during this time. Keep a notebook handy and record these. Share and discuss them with others even if your only outlet for that is online. We are all on a spiritual journey, and your insights are likely to be valuable for others as well. Tarot history. The history of the tarot is shrouded in mystery. Very little in the way of concrete information is known about its origin, although many things have been written about it. We will probably never know the truth, as fact and fiction seem to be irrevocably mixed nowadays. The tarot originated in northern Italy in the early 15th century, sometime between 1420 to 1440. Despite the fact that it is often attributed to originating from China, Egypt, India, or Morocco, to name just a few, there is absolutely no evidence that this is the case. Nor, as is often quoted, is there any evidence whatsoever that the tarot was brought to Europe by the Romanis. The name tarot is often attributed to being Egyptian, Hebrew, or Latin. This is not the case. The earliest names are all Italian in origin. The cards were originally called carte de triomphe. Around 1530 the word tarocchi began to be used to differentiate them from a new game of triumphs that was in vogue at the time. The etymology of this new word is unknown. The German variant was known as tarot and the French tarot. The symbolism for the tarot is drawn from the culture of medieval and Renaissance Europe. The tarot subjects are distinctive to European Christendom. The symbolism does not come from Egypt or any of the other exotic locales often mentioned. It is often stated that modern-day playing cards evolved from the tarot. This is not the case. Modern-day playing cards came to Europe courtesy of Islam. They were an adaptation of the Islamic Mamluk cards. They appeared quite suddenly in many different European cities between 1375 and 1378. These early cards had suits of cups, swords, coins, and polo sticks, and courts consisting of a king and two male underlings. The tarot adds the Fool, the trumps, and a set of queens to this system. Sometime before 1480, the French introduced cards with the now familiar suits of hearts, clubs, spades, and diamonds. The Joker is not original to either the early form of modern-day cards, or to the tarot, but instead originated in the USA around 1857 and was used as a wild card in poker as well as the highest trump in euchre. It is also often stated that the Catholic and Protestant churches outlawed the tarot and all who used it in an effort to stamp out so-called heretical teachings. This is not the case. The Inquisition documented what the Church considered as evidence of heresy in great detail. The tarot was not even mentioned. After the Reformation, less controversial images for the Pope and Papess were substituted by card makers as the Church had objected to the original images. It is often said that the tarot was not used as a divination tool prior to 1781. The tarot was used as early as the 16th century to compose poems describing personality characteristics. There is historical evidence that in one case at least these verses were presented as relating to the person's fate. In other words, divination. Divinatory meanings were assigned to the tarot in Bologna in the early 1700s, and this is the first unambiguous evidence of tarot divination. Ordinary playing cards were connected with divination as early as 1487. It is not unreasonable to think that the tarot was also. The tarot has often been attributed with being a pillar of Western esoterica occultism. This is certainly not the case. The first occult writers to discuss the tarot were Court de Gabellin and the Comte de Melot in 1781. The tarot was not mentioned in any occult work for the first 350 years of its existence. The terms Major Arcana, Minor Arcana, High Priestess, and Hierophant are anachronistic when referring to the older tarot decks. The historically appropriate terms are the trumps and the fool, the suit cards, popes or popes, and pope. Likewise, pentacles and wands are relatively recent substitutions for the traditional suit names of coins and staves or batons. The original Italian titles of the cards were in some cases different from the later French titles that have become familiar to us through the Tarot de Marseille and its descendants. Also, the ordering of the trumps varied considerably in Italy, where the cards originated. It is not known which ordering is the earliest one. Even the number of cards in the deck varied a great deal. So care should be used in making statements about the original meaning of the cards based on the familiar titles and ordering. Many believe that the Waite-Smith Tarot is the original, standard, or most authentic tarot deck in existence. This is absolutely untrue. The Waite-Smith/Rider-Waite deck was created in 1909, not even 100 years ago, making it a relative newcomer in the almost 600-year history of the tarot. There is actually no definitive version of the tarot.